I still can't get over it, Willie. That Russia has got to be thinking, like, is Arnold the Pig really not whispering in Comer's ears as his chief legal counsel? Hey, you better be careful because you guys might be taking Russian disinformation straight into the United States Congress. Talk about an easy mark. We thought Donald Trump was an easy mark for the Russians, and he is. But how about this Congress? They're just directly feeding false information into the American political system. And these guys in this committee, Jim Jordan and James Comer, they don't have the character or whatever you want to call it to just walk away, to cut your losses and say, you know what, this thing is trumped up. Our sources, our star witnesses all turn out to be frauds and liars and Russian agents potentially. Maybe we should just walk away. But they dig in deeper and say things like the facts haven't changed, but now fundamentally again the facts have changed. The facts have changed. Jonathan, here we could go back to one claim after another claim after another claim, proven wrong. Comer's made. How many times has Comer made fool of himself? You remember when Grassley was saying, "Oh, look, it doesn't matter whether he's guilty or not," and they want the hunt, despite the fact that they're chasing ghosts.
Yeah, I've lost track of the number of times Republicans have said the quiet part out loud and said, well, yeah, we're doing this for political purposes. We're doing this to hurt President Biden ahead of his re-election bid. And even if there are no facts that support that accusation, they keep saying, well, we sure hope we're going to find something. And they haven't yet. And this is obviously the latest embarrassment to this impeachment inquiry. But we played sound all morning that the reporters are asking Republicans saying, well, the very thesis, the foundation of your case is now falling apart because of this informant taking information from, again, Russian intelligence officers, and they dispute that, and they won't do it. And I'll just note this. We know that White House staffers were reported this morning received subpoena letters on this week saying you have to come and testify for this impeachment inquiry. One staffer told me he received a letter, and then 90 minutes later received a second. The second letter says, hey, disregard the first. Use this one instead. He looked at them and said, well, what's the difference between the two? It's because all the references to Smirnoff in the first letter had been stripped out, and then they were going forward out. So that's their acknowledgement. The Republicans know it's falling apart.
And again, wow. Congress allowing it, like Willie said, Russian disinformation to come straight to the United States Congress. They are the easy mark for Russian disinformation. And while we're on the topic, Mika, of people who are suckers for Russia.
Oh, the biggest. Donald Trump standing by his comments about abandoning Article 5 of the NATO agreement.
And encouraging Russia